Robbie, Richard, I'll tell you one thing that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Nothing is going to happen until this crowd is at a fever pitch.
That's right.
I need you to do what you do, boys. Are you ready? All right, give them hell, kid.
We're ready. Are you ready? J&J are in the building, but they don't come out until you show them that beautiful Pittsburgh energy you've got. So let's rock. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove. She loves to love and things all night, oh, every night. So hold tight, oh baby, hold tight. Let me see it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it, oh. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. I was alone, I never knew what we love to do. Ooh, then we touch, then we say about love and things. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, oh baby, hold tight. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it, oh. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Oh, yeah, baby, oh.
It didn't feel so bad.
You all right, old man?
The medicine, it works. Hi guys, hi Pittsburgh. A lot of you out there.
All right, Pittsburgh! Yeah. You guys a little winded? A little winded?
No, I feel great. You're glowing.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where we make it officially official. Good people of Pittsburgh and the surrounding counties, please, warm round of applause for Mr. Jensen Ackles and Padalecki, everybody. The stage is yours, gents.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Spade. Robbie.
Hi guys.
Yeah. How's everybody feeling this fine afternoon?
Oh, it is a glorious Sunday. Yeah, so far. Dallas hasn't played yet.
This is
so
true.
If they win. Who's first time? Welcome to our big, dysfunctional, awesome family. Thank you to those who are being kind to me in the photo room. I am having back problems, but the back pills work, and so I'm gonna get yelled at by Shonda. I know, she's like, I told you not to jump. I told you not to jump. I told you not to jump. But Sam Winchester's getting a bit old.
What'd you do?
I don't know, man. I think I turned 35, and all of a sudden everything just fell apart.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Everything just kind of stopped working. It gets worse. She goes, load of crap.
Come back.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Come back on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come back.
but not right now. Great to have Jimbo back, huh? Some funny, some good old Jim Beaver outtakes from the finale last year. Have you watched the gag reel yet?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I've got to, damn it, has anybody seen? I love him too.
I think that was me. It's all right. Hearing goes when you turn 35 as well. That's What? I know. Let's not go there.
Is anybody here from the southeast or Florida area? All right. Well, our thoughts are with you. Hopefully, the damage and destruction doesn't happen. So, fingers crossed. Sending SPN family love to all of our friends who are in the path of some really awful weather right now. All right. Before I just jabber, you done jabbering, Mr. Ackles?
Never.
Never stop jabbering.
I want to thank those of you who are football fans for giving up opening day and spending it with us. It's certainly hard on us not to be in front of a TV right now with every game going on, but if we're going to be pulled away from that, we're happy it's with you. So.
And we have little earbuds playing the highlights right now.
That's right. So if you hear outbursts occasionally,
something good or bad happen.
Right. What's that back there? Are the Steelers, are they winning right now? Well, you get those terrible towels up and start waving them then. All right.
All right, put it away.
All right, that's enough. Enough with the yellow towel, all right? All right, well, let's get through some questions. What you got there?
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm really nervous. I just wanted to ask, I'm one of 3 kids, and now you each have 3 kids, so I wanted to know how that's changed and what the dynamic feels like.
Imagine you're drowning. Now someone throws you 3 kids.
I saw that.
I stole that from Mr. Gaffigan. You said you wanted 3 kids? Or
No, I'm one of 3.
You're one of 3 kids.
I'm one of 3 kids.
Yeah, so am I.
He's one of 3 kids.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly, I'll say this. I am amazed and flabbergasted that anybody can raise 3 kids without professional help. I mean it. Like, we have babysitters that help and nannies that help, and we're still like, hey, where's Shep? Oh God, I run this way. I'm like, where's Tom? Tom! So we're like all over the place. I'm impressed when I hear like, yeah, single mother of 4 kids. What? How? So right now it's a bit difficult, but it's going to be pretty awesome, I think, when they're adults and they get to play. My sister's here, so I get to kind of... And my brother's working, so it's great.
I will say for the record, I was happy with 1.
Clearly not.
My wife wanted, oddly enough, she wanted 3, because she was one of 2, and she's like, I want 3. I'm like, no. Listen, let's negotiate. So we landed on 2. You always find a way to get what you want, don't you, ladies? It's amazing.
She found a loophole. You gotta be more specific in the contract. I don't mean 2 more, I mean 2 total.
Yeah, well, it was a loose verbal contract, apparently. It held no water. So it's pretty great for there were a few of you that noticed that I stepped away from the photo ops this morning with Jared and I for a couple of minutes. My wife was calling me repeatedly, which is never a great sign, I thought. So I stepped away, called her, made sure everything was okay, and she wanted me to FaceTime her quickly because Arrow, my daughter, was saying Dada.
Oh, congratulations!
So Unfortunately, it was our plumber that was there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for answering.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hi.
What was your favorite episode to film?
To film?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. There have been so many episodes.
I'll let you think. One that comes to mind real quick it was, looking back on it, it was certainly one of my most favorite, and that's Baby. For several reasons, but one of them being that it was just such a different way, a different method of shooting. We shot everything from inside a car, from the car's perspective, and we'd never done anything like that before. And so the technical logistics were very challenging, which was kind of fun to have something that challenging logistically after 10 plus years of shooting a show. So that was one of my favorites, and it was also one of my favorite episodes. The final product was one of my favorite episodes as well. So.
Thanks for the time.
You're welcome.
There's so many. Baby was amazing. Looking back on it, French Mistake and Changing Channels, obviously. But this is a weird one. I don't know why this one is occurring to me right now, but Hollywood Babylon. For some reason, it was kind of the first time that I can recall we were able to make fun of ourselves, make fun of the industry, and behind the scenes, they got bigger trailers for the lead actors on the show in Hollywood Babylon. And so we were like, well, thanks for the new trailers, guys. And the producers were like, because they were already there. For several years, they've been like, no, sorry, there are no more trailers here in Vancouver, they're all taken. We're like, wait, there are 2 right here, we'll take them. Because they were bigger and better, so we got to, I remember moving stuff over to the trailers. It was like far and away, staking our claim. This land is mine.
However, the trailer that you see in the show is not the trailer that we got. That was like
No.
That was like Will Smith's trailer. That's we don't legitimately we don't have anything that big.
What about you? I guess you were saying the film. What was your favorite episode of the film? What was your favorite to watch?
I don't know. I like them all.
Fair enough. Thanks for your question.
Thank you. Hi guys. So throughout your 12 seasons on Supernatural, there have been a lot of child guest stars, and I was wondering, since before and after you had kids, has it been easier to act with kids in scenes?
If that's
Kind of a different question, but
That's kind of no, it's a great question. That's kind of a kid by kid basis. It's like filming with any actor, right? I mean, logistically, it sucks to film with kids because of the timing. So you'll be doing a scene, they have to have like a 30-minute break every 2 hours. So you'll be in the middle of a scene, and then they have to go have a break for school, which I totally get. But then, so you have to go to a different set and start a different scene, and now they're off, so they got to come back, and they have to come. Yeah, it really complicates the just logistics of it to protect these kids from not having to work a 14-hour day or something, which is totally understandable and easy to understand. As far as working with each particular kid, it really depends on the parents. Sometimes the parents are nice and they're like, I don't know, my daughter just loves acting. I don't know, my kid just loves acting. And sometimes you can see it in the kid's eye that they'd rather be playing with their friends, but their mom or dad is like, no, so his favorite movie is this, and the kid's like, can I just play with my Game Boy and go skin my knees? And so it's
Game Boy.
What?
Mom, I really miss my Atari.
What do the kids play nowadays?
Their phone.
My back hurts.
Does your brain hurt?
Does your face hurt?
Because it's killing me. I don't know that
it's changed the working relationship that we have with the kids that we get to work with. See how I said get to work with? But
I said it too.
but we've had some amazingly talented children on our show, and I will say that sometimes it's refreshing to get that kind of childlike innocence when they're just naturally so good and they're not overthinking it like some actors tend to do. And so I will say that that's always been welcome. The biggest change for me now that I have children is watching a TV show or a movie where there is a father and his children and the relationship. That affects me more now than it used to. So.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Love you.
You got it.
Hi. First of all, I did want to thank you guys for everything you do. It really means a lot to a lot of people. I was wondering, even after all these seasons, is it ever hard to transition from Sam and Dean back to Jared and Jensen? Like, has any of the episodes ever left you feeling some sort of way after filming that, even when you go home?
No. And I mean, yeah, it's honestly, like I think we've been living with these characters for so long that we've become very good at turning it off when we need to, and then also turning it on when we need to. I think we have, as far as keeping those reminders of who we truly are outside of the show, we have pretty good reminders. Each other, our wives, our children, our friends, our family, our crew members, you guys. Like there is certainly a separation, but at the same time, I share a lot of similarities with my character, and so. But I would say the pain and the emotions that Dean feels when the cameras are rolling stays on set. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll say that maybe where it stays with me more than filming it is the preparation. Like, I like to read my script over and over and over and over again before we start shooting it, just because I like the idea that it's kind of swimming around in my subconscious or something, which sounds kind of hokey pokey, but
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah. So when I'm preparing for it,
I haven't read a script since season 3.
he gets them in flip books. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, they've actually started making pop-up books. Just a presentation of what the story's about. So,
but still, by and large, I am able to leave it all behind. And especially with 3 young kids, you're immediately like chasing grasshoppers or something, as opposed to kind of living with whatever you just read Sam and Dean go through. Thanks for your question.
Thank you.
Hi. So
Hey.
we haven't gotten a season 13 promo yet. Do you know when that's coming, or do you have like a
Hey,
teaser?
take it easy. Hold your horses. I
imagine pretty soon. Start date's
next month.
next month, so the 12th, October 12th.
So it's almost exactly a month.
I think you'll probably start seeing it maybe this week or next week, I would imagine. I think they start promoting about a month out, so yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to see it too, actually.
You've seen it.
The promo?
They've sent it to you.
Promo?
Yes.
Is that what we just watched?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Hi.
Why are you whispering? I don't know. Into the microphone.
It really makes no sense.
Hi. I know that the question has been broached.
Transformers, everybody get down. Right? That sounded like Transformers.
Do you smell toast?
Still Optimus Prime.
Hi. I know this question has been broached before in the past, and hopefully, if it's asked enough, maybe it'll happen. Would you guys be able to do a crossover with Arrow?
I would love to. I really think it would be fun I enjoy crossover episodes also, seeing two genres collide. It's one of my favorite parts of Comic-Con, seeing all these different passions and genres and storylines, even just around each other.
It would be, I'm thinking logistically, from a story standpoint, how would you make that work? Because the Winchesters don't live in a world where there are superheroes. They live in a world where there are real heroes.
Right, but they could do the crossover with Constantine included in.
Oh yeah, sure, let Misha go over there, I wouldn't care. I mean, Amel has certainly, he's certainly expressed his desire to come over and do something on the show, which, I mean, the guy crosses over with every show. I mean, he's like a crossover slut. She really is. Just needs to lock it up. He's... But yeah, no, come on over.
Red Rover. It would be great. If they could figure it out, I'd love to.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, darling.
Hi, my question was for both of you. Besides each other, who are your favorite people to work with on set?
Well, not him.
Yeah, I don't know why you would say... on our show?
What?
On Supernatural?
Yeah.
God, so many.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough question to answer because we've been very, very fortunate in the casting that has taken place on our show. We've had amazing, not only just the characters, but the people playing these characters are just really, as you can clearly see with these conventions and the people that show up. It's just we've been very fortunate with who's come through those doors.
I'm going to say more from we love the guy, but it was fun having Gabriel around because of the crazy stuff that happened, like tall tales and changing channels. And we also happen to sincerely enjoy Spate. I know I had a lot of fun working with, it was season 4, this girl played Ruby. We had a good time. So yeah, that was enjoyable.
I'm gonna, like I said, I could literally name over a dozen right now. I will pick one just because, from a story standpoint and a character standpoint, the relationship between my character and this character makes it such a pleasure for me because I get to exercise my comedic muscles, and that's Brianna. Just trying to make her laugh in a scene is so enjoyable for me. But again, Lisa Berry, like, please, all day. We're very, very fortunate. Yeah, thank you.
I thought I heard a transformer again. Hi.
Hi, oh God, I'm so nervous. First, I just wanted to thank you guys because a huge part of the reason of why I'm still here today is because of you guys and this TV show. So I just want to say thank you. You guys mean so much to me. And My question is, out of like the whole series, like what's like one of your favorite lines, like either you guys have said or like that somebody else has said?
We never said crickets. Did we ever say crickets?
It was an observation. There was a question asked, and you and I both said nothing. And someone said, crickets.
You can't just say crickets. You have to make like a cricket noise or something.
No, you say crickets.
Get a cricket app. Cricket noise app. There's so many.
Listen, just go play with your Game Boy, and we'll get back to you.
What kind of low sodium freaks live here? You married fake Ruby, makes me laugh.
Man. What? I'm a posse magnet.
You're confusing reality with porn again. What is it?
You have that on a cup? Yeah, but you had that on a cup before we said it on the show, which is weird. I don't know. There's a lot.
Choose one.
What is your favorite line?
Oh my gosh. I love anytime you guys say bitch and jerk, no matter like what sense it is, that like just it brings me back to season 1. Like when you said it in like the finale, I kind of cried a little or a lot of it, but. And I also have on my car the driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake. Oh, that's a classic.
Both good ones. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Hey.
So, what was your guys' reaction and thoughts about when you guys first found out that they were killing so many main characters in this past season? Cricket.
They killed Irene? Who's Irene? Irene! To quote Mark Pedowitz from many years ago when we lost Jim Beaver, he said, I don't like it, but it makes great TV. It makes for great storytelling. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all kind of joined here for, is for a really cool story that goes places. It's also a nice lesson that it's not always, peaches and cream and lollipops and sunshine. Sometimes crap happens. It's still mostly peaches and cream and lollipops and sunshine.
When is it ever peaches and cream and lollipops and sunshine? I've never had a day like that. And I don't want to.
Just sit there and play.
This sounds like a headache.
It made me sad, but it's great storytelling.
My reaction is the same as my reaction to when I read that I die. Which is, meh, I'll be back.
Thank you.
I'm like, oh, Cass is dead, Mom's dead, Crowley's dead, they'll come back.
Apparently Irene died.
But sometimes they don't, and then I'm like, I was wrong. But by that point, I've already moved on, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'm emotionally disconnected. It's actually a really great way to go through life. I'm kidding.
Thank you. Sorry about him. Hi.
Hi guys. Another thank you for everything that you guys do and everything you guys have done. This show and you guys and all the cast in this family has really helped me grow as a person, and it really means a lot. And you guys are just fantastic. My question is, is if there's anywhere you could travel in the world, where would it be and why?
Right now it would be Vancouver and Austin, because that's where my family is.
Okay, how about this? If you could travel anywhere in the world with your family, where would you go?
Well, I have to go pick them up in Vancouver and Austin first.
You could teleport and then travel.
Can they teleport also?
Sure, yes. Let's say you meet in Sheboygan. Then where do you go from there?
Well, if you're already in Sheboygan, why leave?
True.
Okay. If I could travel anywhere with my family.
And if you say Duluth, I'm gonna...
Well, I have to change my answer. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I would go to, I'm in Pittsburgh. Check. I love Australia.
You can go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Cleveland. Could have hit one there, that was that, but
Florence, Firenze. I go to Italy, somewhere in Italy. Florence, Kentucky. Yeah.
nailed it. Anywhere in the world.
Paris, Texas.
I would go to. I've always wanted to go to. Billy will mess you up. I guess somewhere I've never been. One of the Scandinavian countries.
What about your family? Vegas.
Reno. Yeah, you know what? I would love to go back to Japan. That's a very unique and awesome place. It's for the anime.
You're confusing reality with porn again.
He's got that on a cup.
You went from somewhere you've never been to go back to Japan.
Well, because then I was thinking, all right, we're gonna go someplace. Shut up.
I want to go somewhere I've never been.
Thank you.
Back to Japan. Thank you very much. Where would you go?
I don't know.
You asked the question. You have to know.
Probably somewhere tropical, like, I don't know, I guess somewhere in South America or maybe Europe. I really want to travel when I go over, so.
Fair enough.
Pack a bag. Get going.
Way to go.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi guys, I'm Bonnie. I have a question for both of you, but Jensen may have a little bit more insight because he's directed.
I usually do.
I know there's a lot of scenes that end up on the cutting room floor and don't make it to the screen. Is there any scene that you wish made the screen and didn't, or disappointed that one didn't make it?
Very rarely do we have whole scenes that don't make the final cut, and that's just simply because we've been doing this long enough to know, the writers know how much to write for us to shoot. Now, yeah, that's true. Well, that was kind of a unique situation, though. He said except for the end of 11, which...
Each of our last 3 episodes in season 11 was like 10 minutes too long. Yeah.
So, but there was a lot going on behind the scenes that kind of complicated things. We were having, well, and Jeremy was leaving. He was on his way out. Andrew was taking over, and so there was a lot of stuff going on. But normally, the writers will have there'll be a writer's draft, then there'll be a studio network draft, and they whittle it down, and they actually time it. They'll read it and they'll time it, and make sure that it's within a certain window of time before they release a production draft. And then that production draft then again is timed by the production people. And so before we even go in to day one, the director and the continuity person will know that we're 5 minutes short or we're 8 minutes over. So you can either make that up with your shooting, you can slim down a scene, or you can expand a scene. So I would say we've gotten it down to really nice, precise science at this point, to where we don't shoot a lot of stuff that doesn't get used. We might lose a line or a few words here and there, or cut the end of the scene off or something like that. But for the most part, we don't shoot stuff that isn't used.
Is that kind of rare for your show, or all the shows like that? Or
No, I'd say
is that good?
I'd say because we've been doing it as long as we've been doing it, we've been able to whittle it down to just we've cut the fat.
I'll say this, and I mentioned this the other day, I'm sad at every single time they left an outtake on the drawing room floor. Because there's so many gags, like I would watch it for 10 hours, I would watch a whole season worth of just outtakes. And there are a lot of, I don't know why they don't do it. Now that it's not film anymore, now that it's digital, I'd watch it.
Yeah, there would be, we have enough footage for a half-hour gag reel within the first 2 to 3 episodes of shooting. No joke. So an entire season of stuff.
So like 2 chairs?
In fact, our camera operators now at this point, we won't even be filming. We'll just be in front of the cameras doing something, and they'll just hit the record button and start rolling on it. And then they'll come in with they call it a tail slate, which is the slate board upside down, and they clap it, and it just says gag on it. And they send that south to the editors, and they put that in the gag file. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish we need to hire an entire team of editors to just do like a 3-hour gag reel. Problem is, they don't budget for that. That's the problem. They don't budget for it. The gag reel is done kind of for free.
On their own time.
And on their own time, which is, they're already trying to cut the show, and so it makes it very difficult for them to then separate time for the gag reel, which is, not really what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Not their job.
Right.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
I smell like Kickstarter for a 3-hour gag reel. Thank you. Hi.
Hello, I'm Maggie. I was just wondering, is there any movie that you like to watch over and over again but are kind of shameful that people know about it?
Movie?
Yeah.
New York Minute. What's shameful about that? Shameful that they know about it. I've never seen Magic Mike. I know.
All the way through.
Projecting, Mr. Ackles? I don't know. Do you have one?
That I'm embarrassed about.
There's some movies that you
I don't know. I watch
so much.
I watch The Change Up a lot.
It's a funny movie.
It is a funny movie. And there's twins in it. Helps me cope.
I will throw on this movie for my kids that I used to watch when I was a kid, and when it's time for them to go to bed or for a nap, all continue to watch the movie, and that is the original Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'll sing along with the girls of rock and roll and boys of rock and roll, do the little dance.
You've changed.
Thank you for your question.
Hi.
Hi.
First, just to make you feel better, my 12-year-old brother wants to buy a Game Boy Advanced, so there you go.
Sure, yeah, the revamped new edition of the game. They're like, oh, let's dust off an old classic and revamp it. I think we just played a new Atari at Comic-Con, didn't we? Wasn't that Atari? Or was that Nintendo?
Nintendo. It was Nintendo.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, I was wondering who your favorite, like, big bad character was.
Favorite big bad character?
I think Lucifer's great. I think, yeah. And maybe by accident, but maybe in some awesome grand scheme, he's kind of gone from the ultimate bad to is he helping to the bad to is he our friend or is he super bad? Which they say is what Lucifer would be were he real. You know, you wouldn't know if he's on your side or the most evilest evil to ever evil, you know? So I'm gonna stick with Lou Cypher.
Lou. I think Lucifer's probably takes the cake, but I would say some honorable mentions would be Azazel, Fred Lane, he was amazing, and also Alistair, Chris Hardell. Yeah, those were two of my favorites. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lilith was cool, but it was so hard to say.
Lilith?
Yeah, we had so many messed up takes where it's like, Dean, I have to Lilith.
Is there anybody out there named Lilith? No? Good. It's a hard thing to say.
It's a hard thing to say. That's a hard word.
Especially when you're like yelling and it's like, there's intensity and it's, yeah.
We've got to get Lilith. How's it going, kiddo?
Hi, my name is Gio, and I was wondering, in season 11, how did you feel when you found out God was Chuck?
Well, we knew, but I loved the reveal scene. It actually, when I was reading the script, it kind of made me tear up. I got goosebumps on my face. It really did. I thought it was such a cool way to reveal to Sam and Dean. Jared and Jensen knew, but Sam and Dean did not. So I thought it was really well done as far as theatrically how to tell that story of the boys finding out and of the audience finding out for sure that Chuck and God are the same. So I loved it.
Yeah, I didn't know until I showed up on set. I saw Rob there, and what are you doing here? No, yeah, we knew because, we've known for a long time that was going to come back. But I think actually one of my favorite scenes in that season, the whole season, was when Dean was talking to God and telling him, expressing his feelings about why he left. That was one of my favorite scenes in the whole season. So, yeah. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. I'm sorry I cried during the photo op earlier.
That's all right. He was crying the whole time. So.
I was just kind of wondering, I consider myself like a professional binge watcher. I watched this whole show in a month, and there were 11 seasons of it at the time.
What?
Yeah. A whole month. It took exactly like.
Tell me you're like the most amazing multitasker on the planet. Yeah. Or do you have like bed sores?
What? I didn't hear you.
He was saying, were you multitasking, doing two things at once, or were you just sitting, like, do you have bed sores from sitting still for so long?
Well, the only thing I do to like multitask is like, I'll watch the show, but I'll like be playing a game on my phone to keep my hands busy. But
It's like one thing, but I watched the whole show. I've seen it twice, but the first time I watched it all in exactly 30 days.
That's holy moly. That's like 8 episodes a day.
Yeah.
For 30 days straight.
Actually, the first time my friends watched it, they told me Castiel was in season 4, so I sat through and in the matter of 48
You skipped that
hours,
season?
nobody told me like who it was. I was just like, ooh, that's cool, a new character. So I sat down and I pulled an all-nighter. I watched season 3 that whole day, 4 overnight, and then 5 the next day. I just was kind of wondering what your guys' favorite like TV show was.
Wow, I can't compete with that.
You didn't have to watch it that
Nobody
fast.
can.
Just like
That's amazing.
That's
Jesus.
not even bad. That's impressive.
It's impressive. A whole block of cheese. Wow. Are there any, what would you rewatch? Did you rewatch any of just the episodes, or do you, if you want to watch an episode from season 6, you're like, damn, gotta go back to 1 and watch all the way through?
I actually have done that. I was like, man, I really want to see season 7 again, and then I started from 1 all the way up to 7.
It's pretty amazing.
You are a professional binge watcher. Is
awesome.
Is there a way to make money out of that? Is there like a career in?
Oh no.
You could be like the ultimate test audience for Netflix.
I should.
Yeah.
I should do that.
You should apply to Netflix.
I'll do that.
Do you have a favorite? I do have a favorite dramatic TV show of all time. Breaking Bad.
Oh, I was gonna say Days of Our Lives.
Which one?
Days of Our Lives? It's very dramatic from what I heard.
Yeah, super dramatic. Eric Brady. Eric Brady.
Don't act like you don't know. Favorite of all time? Yeah.
It's not over yet. Gilmore.
Arrested Development.
Have you seen those?
Have you seen Arrested Development? It's fun. It's a comedy, but it's just I think it was way ahead of its time. It was super smart and made me laugh constantly. So,
all right.
I would say Breaking Bad is one of my favorite as well. Right now I'm watching Ozark, which is awesome.
Okay.
But that's enough advertising for other TV shows. Supernatural, best one, right there. Favorite, hands down.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
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 I was just wondering, what was your favorite prank you guys pulled on each other?
On each other, we stopped pranking each other a long time ago. Boo!
Wrap it up, boys.
Moose, squirrel. We actually stopped pranking each other. It got too dangerous. I will say, one of the more joyous things I've done with him that had to do with pranking was actually planning pranks for when Misha directed. A lot of them couldn't come to fruition because he had a mole working, figuring out what we were going to do, and so he had a double agent, and so they told him about a lot of our plans. Thank goodness, because some of them could have caused severe bodily harm. But that was a lot of fun.
And our pranks are not elaborate pranks. You know, we're not. Who's super? George Clooney's very famous for like very elaborate pranks. We see an opportunity and we seize it in the moment. Rarely do we do that to each other. We usually paint a target on somebody else's back, Misha. But for instance, I mean, it'll happen every now and again. In fact, Friday night, he and I are standing there. He goes in to hug somebody else, let's say. You already know? Yeah, and so he goes in to hug Misha, and he kind of gives a little squat because Misha's a little shorter than he is. And I just give him a nice little. But the weird thing is you flinched, you didn't break the hug, and then you said, "I hope that was you." To Misha.
I was trying to get him to laugh.
That's right, he was on camera. So that had not occurred to me at all prior to the take until I just was there and he kind of squatted right in front of me. I was like, huh. Oh, what was the other one? We were doing a scene with Misha earlier that day. And so Jared's sitting down, and if I'm Misha, the camera's there. Misha's already told you this. I'm right here changing up my dialogue because I'm not on camera.
And I'm talking as Sam
and just like in his trench coat, just moving things around.
And he keeps breaking, but they have a camera on Misha and a camera on me.
Meanwhile, nobody behind the monitors, the director talk, everybody's like, what is wrong with Misha?
Because I look so serious. Because I look like Sam, and so our director came in and she's like, Misha, what's going on? And we're like, yeah, Misha, what's going on?
Yeah, dude, lock it up, man. What's the problem?
Go team.
So that's the kind of pranking we do. It's just spur of the moment, mess with people constantly.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
I think that means it's the last question, guys. Now, as you can see, somebody's very excited about that. Hey, Ronnie, it's the last question. I'll hear this the last question. It's the last question. This is it. It's the last question. One more question. It's the last question. Well, it's the last question. I'm going to help him out with it. All right, here we go. It's the last question. There ain't no more. It's the last question. We're wrapping it up. It's the very last question. And she's the one. It's the last question. We're going to end it all.
Supernatural family, welcome. Our last question, Miss Carrie.
Okay, so my question is, if you could work with an actor that is deceased or living, who would it be?
So an actor?
Any actor, not ever.
No, she's narrowed down the categories, guys. It's either a dead actor
I just want
or
to
a
make
living
sure they
actor.
understood.
But that's it?
That limits your choices.
That's it? No other kind of actor?
Right, whatever.
Okay.
Crickets.
I have gotten to work with that actor, so I'm gonna have to come up with someone else.
Thanks, Jensen.
Somebody you've never worked with.
My father, actually, was the.
I would both love to work with him. He's deceased. But he's one of these guys I'd be terrified to work with him because he's so talented and so brilliant that I know I would just be blown out of the water, but I would have loved to have met and worked with Robin Williams. If you could work with any actor, living or deceased, who would it be?
I'm more of a music person, so if I could do something, it would be with Elvis.
Fair enough. Thank you, Carrie. I'm going to go and walk you off.
That was it. That was the last question. That was the last question. That was the very last question. That was it. It was the last question. That was the last question. That's all she wrote. That was the last question. There ain't no more. That was the last question. That's the point. That was the last question. And now it's gone. Oh!
ginger, I was born to walk alone. But I made up my mind.
Gotta make a choice, Bobo.
I ain't wasting no more time.
TikTok, buddy.
It's another heart to rescue.
Toss you a net.
Ain't no love for charity.
Come on, love charity. We don't got all day.
I'm gonna hold on for the rest of my life. 'Cause I know what it means to walk alone and only see the green. Here I go again on my own.
Solo, Bobo.
Now the only road I've ever known.
Bobo Street.
Like a ginger, I was born to walk alone.
I used to shower. I'm like this.
But I made up my mind.
All good, Bobo. Make a decision.
I ain't wasting no more time. Thank you very much. Thanks, boys. Yes, that happened.
Bobo. To have Jared, Jensen, and Billy Moran on this stage for that much time. I don't know. It's more than.
It's a lot of attraction for you.
I'm gonna go backstage and frame these seat cushions.
Is that what they call it these days? So listen.
You know what? I got nothing. Rob Benedict, everybody.
So
Rob
listen.
Benedict.